During the late 1980s, I was in work release program in prison, and they had an elder guy in there. He was like a grandfather figure. He used to smoke his cigars, and during the day, he would give us young men some knowledge and some wisdom, hoping that we catch on and take heed to it and apply it to our lives. He would be smoking his cigar, and as he be spitting this knowledge and wisdom to us, he would stop in the middle of his conversation and said, "You heard me?" And we would laugh, and he would go on continuing to share his wisdom and knowledge. It reminds me of the Hebrew writer that says in the second chapter and the first verse, he said, "Therefore we must give the most earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip." Another version said, "At least we drift away." But he says, "Therefore," that means that there is something very important before he get to the therefore. If you read the first chapter of Hebrews, the Hebrew writer talks about Christ's glory and his work. Talked about Christ being in the image of God. Talked about the preeminence of Christ and the exaltation of Christ. And he talked about Christ sitting at the right hand of God in a place of privilege and distinction. He also is sitting at the right hand of God, making intercession for us. Now, he says in the second chapter, in the first verse, "Therefore, we must to give the most earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip." The Hebrew writer is cooking. He's spitting some wisdom and some knowledge. He's telling us about the importance of the doctrine of Christ. Don't let it slip. Don't drift away from it. Write it on the tables of your heart. Hold on to it and ponder it in your mind. Keep it, and don't you ever forget. Neither let it slip. And we can hear the Hebrew writer says, "You heard me?" Amen.